Hi, welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to be making a topping. It's called No Peek Meat Casserole. Now, with this, you make it and you can serve it over your favorite dish. A lot of people put it over mashed potatoes, which is good. That's the way my husband would prefer it. You can put it over biscuits, or if you want to get real good with it, you can put it over, take a couple biscuits, take some mashed potatoes, and put it over that. Now I am going to be serving it over rice because I like rice, which I like mashed potatoes too. But you'll take 1.5 pounds approximately. It depends on how many people you're going to be serving. And you take, you can use round steak, cube steak. I'm using a small boneless roast here. It's a nice thick boneless roast. And I'm going to cut this in bite-sized pieces. I have my oven preheating at 275. Now this is a good dish that you can make and have ready when you get home from work. You can put it in your crock pot or you can put it in the oven. And you put it in the oven for 4 to 5 hours. You can leave it in there 6 hours if you wish at 275. So you can put it in there and go to work. Now, like I said, you cut it in bite-sized pieces because you're going to be serving it over your favorite dish. And then after I get the meat all cut up, put it in a casserole dish here. I'm going to be adding a few items to it. We're going to add a can of mushrooms, and we're going to add some cream of mushroom soup. I add a cup after I get it in, a can after I get it in there. I'll look at it. Maybe I'll add a little bit more. Depends on how much gravy topping you want on it. With mashed potatoes, I would probably add 1.5 cans. That way you'd have plenty for your mashed potatoes. But I think those are about bite-sized pieces maybe. Anyway, get those all cut up. Put those in your dish. Kind of break them apart a little bit so everything can get between them so they can bake good. Okay, there, now we've got our meat all cut up and in the dish. That looks good. Let me clean up this mess and then we will start adding the rest. I'm going to add in our cream of mushroom soup. You could add cream of celery soup if you'd like. Some people like that better than they do the mushroom. Just depends on what you like and what you have on hand. If you don't have cream of mushroom, you got cream of celery, that's fine too. Okay, I think 1 can will do it. And then I'm going to add my seasoning. I have a tablespoon full of pepper. I have a That's approximately. I have a little bit of salt. I have some half a teaspoon of celery seed, and I'm going to put that on top of it. Let all those flavors bake together. That will be wonderful. And since I didn't drain my mushrooms, I guess I better do that. I'll use my little bowl, that way I can have something to drain it in. And then I'm going to add my mushrooms on top. There we go. Okay. And then after you get that all in, okay, now you add 1 envelope of onion soup mixture, and that's got a little bit of every kind of dressings in that, a little bit of everything, and you just sprinkle that around on top. It smells good. It really is very, very good, and I'm sure when you try it you'll like it. And then you add a cup. It says 3/4 cup, but I think we're going to add a cup. A little more never hurts you of wine, so why not? We're going to add a cup of wine on top of all of it. Just spread that around. Now it really does smell good. Yummy, yummy. Okay. Now we're going to set this in the oven, and we're going to let this bake. This bakes, I'm going to let it bake for 4.5 to 5 hours at 275. Try and get all those flavors blended in there a little bit. Looks good. That wine just kind of brought everything together. There. I'll check it. It says no peek, but I always peek at all of them anyway. But like I said, you can put this in your crock pot if you'd like to. I'm just using the oven. You get all these flavors mixed together real good. There. Get the lid on that. Get that in my oven. And we'll be back when it's time to take it out and see what we have. And I will serve that over rice. Out of the oven here and see what it tastes like. I still have some left in the pan. It looks like a stew. Okay. Now, I had it in the oven for 3 hours until I checked it. It's supposed to be no peek beefs, but I peeked. I looked to make sure everything was cooking okay, and it did. It is delicious. It has to be. It just smells scrumptious. So, now, like I said, you can serve it with rice, which that's what I'm serving it with. You can serve it with potatoes, or just put it over biscuits. Put it over a biscuit and mashed potatoes. I'm sure that would be great. I think that's the way my grandson would eat it, which they'd eat it with rice because they love rice. But I'm going to do it with rice. Now, I had it in the oven for almost 5 hours though. So, and you can cut your beef in little bite-sized pieces, whatever your family prefers. So we're going to see what it is like. Now you can put it right over your rice, or you can put it beside of your rice. I think I'm going to put it right on my rice. That's how I'm going to serve it. And I hope everyone will try this. It's great if you have to go to work, come home from work, and it's all finished. You've got your mushrooms in there, and you've got your big chunks of beef in there, and it's scrumptious. Smells delicious. Just pile it on. Now, I like a lot of meat in ours, which we did a pound, right at a pound and a half, I believe, is what I had. And I just cut it up in little bite-sized pieces. So it depends on what size you want. That fly and I are going to have an understanding if you don't get out of here. He was not invited, so he needs to leave. So now we'll have the recipe posted down below, and everyone can check it out. I'm sorry, I'm going to burn my mouth, but I'm going to try it here. That is delicious. We'll have it posted down below. Let us know what you think about it. It is really good. It's a quick meal if you put it in the oven before you go to work. And like I said, you can also put it in your crock pot because it will last in there till you get home. And rice is great, mashed potatoes is great. Anyway, fix it, put it on the table, put a couple dinner rolls with it, and maybe a side salad. You can have that all made up, and then there's your meal. Please try it. Let us know what you think. Appreciate you staying with me today, and I'll see you soon. Thank you, bunches.